What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. So yes, as you can tell by the title of this video, it's bad guys. It's really bad, and it's not just one thing, it's a few things. So let's get right into it. There's a couple of damages done to the CLS. I'm just gonna get right into it guys, check this out. So starting from the top of the list, from not as bad to as bad, this is the not as bad. But take a look at this guys, this is the biggest bulge slash bubble I've ever seen on a tire. I'm surprised the air is still in there, but that's pretty bad. So as you guys can tell by how this happened, yes, obviously I hit a huge pothole. I'm not even sure how. I think I was on the phone, my mind was somewhere else, I wasn't paying attention 100% on the road, and this is what happened. So I hit a huge pothole. This tire is gone. I don't think the rim is cracked. I don't see even a bend. So pretty much everything got absorbed by the tire and by the whole strut. So pretty much the whole strut with the airbag and everything, something is damaged inside. So when I drive, it makes a clonking noise. And I did take this thing to a mechanic. I did try out somebody new. So as you guys know, Dalton, he also has a CLS, and this is the shop that he goes to, and he highly recommended this shop to me. So I went, I gave it a shot, and they took care of me amazing. Like, the work they do is truly amazing, and all they do is Euro cars. But yeah, so I went to go drop this car off to them. I just picked it up. So these are the issues. We have the bubble on the tire. With that hitting the pothole, we also have the whole strut needs to be replaced with the airbag, because that's all in one. I probably could go just buy the strut and put this airbag on it, because this airbag is not leaking, but something, as they said, something is broken on the inside of the strut. That's where the clonking is coming from. That's number two. And the major thing that has my mind boggling is this right here. Check this out guys. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear that through the camera, but this engine is making a weird honking slash rattle noise. I have no idea where it's coming from. And this is not the result of the pothole. I've been hearing this for about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks I'd say. I'm not exactly even sure, but I did start hearing it, and it sounded really weird to me. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So one of the sounds is the injector. So the injectors on this car, they're pretty big and they do make a noise. So there's two sounds. One is the injectors, which is normal, but that other rattle sound, no idea. No idea what it is. So the shop I went to pretty much took care of me, and they did everything necessary to do a full diagnostic on the car, checked everything from top to bottom. I will leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in going to see them or letting them check your cars out. They are a Euro mechanic, and they're called MCNALLY Auto Euro Mechanic. Really good guys. Dalton, if you guys remember him from the previous CLS video, he has a CLS as well. So they pretty much did all the work on his CLS, and he referred me to them. So they did really good work on his car, so I decided to give it a shot, and I went there and they pretty much checked everything out for me. What really scares me is that they're not even 100% sure what it is yet, and we have a checklist where we have to go pretty much down the checklist and replace things so we can see if that rattle is going to disappear. There are a few kind of options, and we're going to be going through them. So the first thing that we're going to be doing, which is the easiest and the cheapest, is we're going to be doing the timing chain tensioner, and we're going to be doing the check valve. So the check valve pretty much is a valve that over time it kind of gets worn and doesn't work as it's supposed to anymore. And the check valve is, well, its job is to pretty much keep all the oil in the head, and over time, like I said, the valve gets worn and all the oil pretty much seeps through the valve back down to the block. So when you're running this motor, all the oil is supposed to be in the head, so pretty much the heads are getting starved of oil, and then you have catastrophic failures. So The first thing we're gonna do is do the timing chain tensioner, and then we're gonna do the check valve at the same time, change the oil, and see if this thing goes away. If not, we gotta go down the list. So they also said it might be injectors. I'm hoping after we do the timing chain tensioner and the check valve, I'm crossing my fingers that the rattle noise is gonna go away. There is no way to find out until we actually do it. So the M278 motor, which is the 550 motor, you'll pretty much find it in various chassis. You'll find it in the S body, you'll find it in the CLS, you'll find it in the E. Pretty much the 550 motor, which is the M278 2012 and up, you're gonna have the exact same issues regardless of the chassis. So let's get a little bit into the major common issues. Number one on the list is that check valve, guys. You gotta go replace the check valve. Even though you have no engine codes, any problems whatsoever, after 140 to 150,000 kilometers, go and change your check valves. While you're at it, do your tensioner as well. This is exactly what I'm gonna be doing. So a little bit on this check valve. Because the check valve gets worn or basically just stops working, all the oil starts seeping back down from the heads to the block. And this results in catastrophic failures in the head. With these motors, that check valve is the culprit, guys. It's gonna save you a bunch of headaches and a bunch of money if you go and replace that check valve before anything happens. I'm just praying that if I replace the check valve and do the timing chain tensioner, that everything is gonna go away. It might not, because we are already getting some noise from the engine, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit. Just hold on, guys. Right now, I can't stress it enough with the check valve. Get your check valves changed. It's gonna save you a ton of money, ton of time, and a ton of headache. So pretty much, all the oil, obviously, as you guys know, or if you don't, all the oil needs to sit on the top of the heads. That's where all the oil needs to be. With the check valve, all that oil is just seeping through back into the block. You guys are starving your heads in the motor from oil. And then you have catastrophic failures. I'll say it again. So if you don't change the check valve and you start getting knocks like this, we'll see what my situation is. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're gonna have to change it and then find out. But if you leave it long enough and you're gonna starve the heads out of oil, you're gonna have a lot more bigger issues to deal with than just changing out that check valve. So Dalton, he had the exact same issue. He had to change the tensioner and the check valve, but his was like really bad. So mine, as you guys can tell, it drives. There's no loss of power, there's no engine codes, nothing. So it's just pretty much starting to sound a little bit weird. For him, he had misfiring, he had like loud engine noises, loud. And his was, he had to change a cam adjuster, and then everything went away. His car drives smooth. But I'm trying to explain to you guys, change your check valves, and then you won't have to go and do cam adjusters or cams themselves or anything like that. That is the number one thing. Change the check valves, guys. I'm very glad that I know Dalton and he already went through the same issues with this thing, and hopefully I don't have to go and change that cam adjuster, because it gets very expensive. The part is not that expensive, but the labor is crazy. You basically have to kind of go and remove everything off the top of the heads. You have to get the cams out. It's just it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I don't want to scare you guys. This is why I'm making this video, for you guys, so you can actually go and get those check valves changed, so you don't have to deal with this stuff. We'll see how mine's gonna end up. I'm not even exactly sure. We're just gonna have to go and see how deep we're gonna have to go into this thing. But the first thing you gotta do is change the check valve, tensioner, and then we'll go from there. I just wanted to put this video together for you guys so you guys don't have to deal with all these issues. Changing that check valve, I can't stress it enough. I pretty much said check valve in this video like 1,000 times, but hopefully I got through your heads. Go and change those check valves. It'll save you a bunch of time, a bunch of money, a bunch of headache. Go change those check valves. But yeah, that's pretty much the major issue, is that check valve, and it leads to a lot of catastrophic failures. So if you guys do that, you should be good to go. Motor should be healthy. There isn't really much to do. The M278 motors are really reliable. You just gotta find these little things that you need to replace, and then you should be good to go. So you heard it from me. Go change those check valves, you'll be good to go. So also, when the guys were checking out this car, did the full diagnostics, they pretty much found out that 3 of my rims are bent. I'm not sure which ones it is now, but in bold letters on that list, I did see 3 rims are bent. Yes, they obviously show which ones they are, but that's all I needed to see. 3 rims are bent. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? What should I do? Like, right now, because of the bulge, I have to change this tire out. I gotta change the other tire because it doesn't make sense changing out 1 tire. So that's that already. I gotta change 2 tires. Now, if 3 rims are bent, I gotta remove it, I gotta get it fixed, which is gonna cost a lot more money again. And as I told you guys, this year I did plan to do a lot of modifications on this car. So right now, as it stands, I do feel like I should just rip these friggin' wheels off and go buy some crazy ass rims. What do you guys think? Just put some huge 20s on there, lower it, get all the engine stuff fixed, and start modding this thing. Like I promised you guys, there's gonna be a lot of CLS content, and I know you guys are asking me all the time, we missed the CLS, we want more CLS, where's the CLS content? There really wasn't a lot of motivation for this car, and I don't know why that is. As you guys can tell, take a look. I got an EF, I got an EG, the 8th gen is in the shop. Like, I have 3 Hondas, which I think that's where my heart lays right now, is with Honda. And I've been focusing on these cars, I think, a little bit way too much. I just got this car. We already did some modifications to it. We did the carpet and all that kind of stuff, the shifter. There's still so much to do. I didn't really even do a first like startup and first pull and first drive. I still have to do that. That's gonna be coming soon. Still got to do that. But right now, I do feel like this is a sign, guys. This is a sign that the CLS is getting neglected and it needs all the love right now. That's what I'm thinking, and I know this is what you guys want to see. Like, more than half of the channel, pretty much all you guys are more interested in the CLS, which I don't blame you guys. Look at this thing. I don't blame you guys at all. The views are really good. It's the CLS is doing really good on the channel. It's doing a lot better than any Honda on the channel. So I think, for the channel's sake, for all you guys, I think it's time we just let these things sit, let them run their course. The EG is good. It's good to put on the track and do whatever. This thing, we can maybe even push it aside for now. We'll put out a couple of videos because I haven't really done anything yet. We're gonna push this aside. The 8th gen is almost finished. It is coming back to the garage very soon, so we can do videos on that. But I think I gotta start giving you guys what you want, because as I see it, everybody wants to see CLS content. Everybody on the channel. So I'm pretty much feeding you guys all the junk food, and the junk food pretty much is the Honda content. And I think it's time to give you guys what you want. And this is it, guys. We are going deep on the CLS. It is official. We are gonna start doing a lot of work on the CLS. The 8th gen is coming back very soon. Later on this week, it's gonna be back. I have a little bit of tiny things just to do before we can actually hit the track with the 8th gen. As you guys know, I love racing. That's just in my heart. And I need the 8th gen and I need the EG to be up to its maximum potential to go and have fun and race and make some racing content. But I also got to give you guys what you want, and this is what you guys want to see. Say no more, guys. This thing has been neglected for far too long, and that's it, guys. It's time to give you guys what you want, and it is coming. As soon as the 8th gen gets back here, there's just a couple things, like I said, and we are getting on the CLS next, guys. We're gonna push these other Hondas out of the way for now and give you guys what you want. The CLS is coming, guys. We're gonna be doing a lot of modding on this thing, so stay tuned. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited. Leave a like, guys. Leave a like. Let's see how much of you guys on the channel love the CLS. Leave a like if you love the CLS and you want to see a lot of content on the CLS. I know I promised you guys a bunch of CLS content, and I'm gonna be keeping my word. The 8th gen is pretty much close to being finished. We can put that aside. I think the EF, we can pretty much do 1 or 2 videos and just push that aside for now. But I think this is the focal point, guys. This is what you guys want to see, and this is what I'm gonna give you. So we are going all out on the CLS, guys. We're gonna be slapping on some nice rims. We're gonna get that rattle fixed. We're gonna get the strut fixed, and everything is gonna get done up on this thing, and it's time, guys. All right, guys, that'll pretty much do it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video helped you guys, and go get those check valves changed. Take it easy, guys.